Well, good morning, everybody. I think we're here live with some kittens for a close-up. I know it's been a little while since we've done a close-up. Let me sit down here on the floor so we can actually get close up. Oh, close down. And here, hang on. I brought a toy for these kittens. Oh, no, hang on. What are we filming? Oh, camera guy. All right. Whoa, fire this camera guy. Wow. Hang on. We got this. Oh, we also got a kitten who's got poop on his foot. I don't even think it's your poop, is it? Sorry. Okay. All right. Well, we're off to a good start. In fine form. I think we're off to a good start, actually. Anybody here? I don't know. I don't see anything on the chat. Maybe everything's broken again. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, I wait to see if anybody's going to talk to me. Oh, no, I'm starting to see some people file in. Okay, good. I brought a little piece of grass from outside in our garden. That would make a fun kitten-sized toy. So, as you can see, we're moved into a new room with these kids. They were living next door in the second annex, and now they've been moved into the primary first annex. And the difference is this room's, this room's probably factually it's about the same size, but it's doesn't have a weird corner in it. It's just a square room, so it's easier to get all the cameras pointing in the right direction. Not that we've solved that problem yet. But the other advantage, of course, is the big glass door, which means now they can get to see that there's other cats around the house and maybe get to know them, and I think that's important. Plus, that other room was getting awfully poopy, and now that I've got them out of it for a little bit, I can clean it up and probably take the bed out so that there can be enough room in there. So lots to do. I don't think I'm going to do any of those things I just said today, though, because I'm trying to take a little bit of time off to relax today. We'll see if I get that done or not. I used to say that all the time and very rarely actually manage it. Well, they're not really going for this, but we need to weigh all of them and see how they're doing individually. So let's get started on that and see what's going on now. They've only been here for the one night. Oh, let me show you this really, really cool tree with the cow print came for them in mailbag. I know it's a little confusing because there's so many prints and things over here, but you can see it's got this big drum-shaped pod at the bottom. And then it's got a wooden pillar that goes up to this basket and another wooden pillar that goes up to this basket. And our mom cat, Cahoots, has taken to sitting in the first basket. I didn't expect anybody to use this basket for a long time, but she's pretty much took it right away as her private spot, this little basket. Now, she hasn't made it up to the top basket yet, which is fine. It's holding one of the cameras, and that's okay. But I was impressed that she's using it at all. She seems to be watching the neighborhood kids waiting for the bus. All right. So I brought the scale in. Let's take a look and see if we can weigh these babies and see how they're doing today. Oh, hello. There we go. I don't have my cheat sheet with me, so I don't remember what order we're supposed to go in. But I do think Hoodwink is first, and this looks like, Hoodwink right there. She was getting ready to jump. Okay, hi, Hoodie. Hi. That is Hoodwink right there. Hi, Hoodwinkle. Oh, and you're winking, too. Okay. Sit right here. Oh, we got to switch the unit. 16.8 ounces. Very good for a nearly 5-week-old kitten. I do think they'll be 5 weeks old tomorrow. I saw Ursula says that as well. I think that is correct. So this is little Hoodwink. Hi, Hoodwink. Show everybody how pretty you are and how well you're doing. They're all doing very, very well. Active and good poops. And I think I mentioned already, since they moved into this room just yesterday, so not even 24 hours yet, but so far, all the poops are going in the right spot in the litter box, which is, that's great. I hope they keep it up. I don't really expect it, but I guess we'll see. Now, let's see. Number 2 should be our squeaky boy, Hogwash. This is little Hogwash right here. Hi, buddy. He had climbed up on me and was squeaking as we were talking. So that's little Hogwash. It's getting harder to tell him apart from the others. He looks a lot like Flim Flam at a glance, but Flim Flam has that big spot on her neck right here, and he's still kind of got a visible spot on either shoulder, although they are, like I said, they're kind of blended into the rest of his gray. So let's weigh him real quick before it's too late. 18.3 is what we're going to go with there. So that's the one boy in the class. Everybody else is a girl. Speaking of girls, this is Mayhem. Hi, Mayhem. Are you ready? I don't think you're next on the list, though, are you? I think Flim Flam is next, right? I could have that order wrong. But let's just try to stick to it anyway. So this is... Nope, that's not Flim Flam. Where's Flim Flam? Is this Flim Flam? No, that's Bam. Well, okay. Oh, here we go. This must be... No, wait, that's... Okay, so that was Flim Flam. Wow, you're getting so big, Flummy. I thought that you were your brother, because he's big. See, it is hard to tell them apart at a glance, but again, she's got that big spot in the middle, and her shoulders are white, where his shoulders are gray and no spot in the middle. So, yeah, otherwise they look very similar. Lady Dragonstrike, yeah, they probably will get collars. They're at the age right now where it's still, like, I could probably get collars on them now, but they're still so small, I'd have to really modify the collars and stuff, so we'll probably wait a little longer. But I think they will. Anyway, that's definitely Flim Flam, and she definitely weighs 16.5 ounces, 16 ounces being 1 pound. So just a little bit over a pound. That's good. So that's our little Flim Flam. All right, Mayhem, you're right. It is your turn. Mayhem, very distinctive, being the one with the most white, and also that spot right in the middle of her head. Very cute, her little boop button. Hi. Okay, Mayhem. You sit right there for a minute. 18.7. My goodness, you are a big Ms. Mayhem. All right. So they're all wonderful at climbing and going wherever they want. When I get on the beanbag chair, they come up to see me. They climb up and down. And just a few minutes ago, before we started, Flim Flam was the first one to actually climb up onto the bench. She got on the marshmallow bed and then climbed up this thing in through the window there and then out this door. Which I'm sure is the path that they will continue to take for a while. That's the easiest way. Although once they learn to jump, they'll probably be jumping from the cow over to there. Actually getting to that basket, I think it's going to take them a while. I'd be surprised if anybody's in that basket, any kittens are in the basket within, the next 3 weeks. Unless one of them is smart enough to climb the curtain and come back over. We'll see. But that's a tricky proposition because that's actually a pretty tall jump for a kitten right there. And you can't climb up the pole and then around. I mean, you could, I guess, but that's a real challenge. Anyway, we still have to weigh the last little one, our little tiny kitten. This is Bam, or a Bamboozle. She's always been the smallest, so her weight's going to be much lighter than the others. She's still much smaller. 15.3, yep, a little smaller, but she's very healthy and doing just as great as everybody else. And so much fun. She's starting to lose her old man face, her old grumpy man face, like Aunt lost too eventually. But you can still see her face is a little bit different. She's always got those big eyes like Ari. And of course, the way to tell her from the others, if she would look at us, the way to tell her apart from the others is her face has just a tiny little white in between the eyes. You see that just kind of goes whoop, like that, where none of the others have it quite like that. They all have white that goes much wider over their eyes on one side or the other. So that's our little girl, Bam. Oh, okay, running off. And then we have Flim Flam. And here, speaking of climbing up into the beanbag chair, as you like. Hi, Mayhem. So, I was saying, we moved them into the room. You can see there's a beanbag chair in the corner here with this rainbow blanket on it. I showed you the cow cat tree that they're in, and their mom is sitting in the basket still. She blends right in. I put a blanket in here, so in case they are poopy, I can just pull out the blanket for now, and I won't have to scrub the thing itself. And I also took that old camera I modified to be close focus, and that was in the rocket ship for a long time, and I put that in there. So we've had some great, real close-up views of these kittens sleeping in here on the regular Kitten Academy live stream for the last 24 hours. And I expect as long as this is the place that they continue to prefer to sleep, we're going to continue to get a lot of close-ups on the regular stream. So don't forget to check that out. If you just search on YouTube for the Kitten Academy live stream, you'll find it. This is the corner I don't want them to go in. Behind it, you just saw somebody going back there. I might have to fill that up with a pillow or something so that they don't go back there. If they just want to explore it, it's fine, but I don't want them to be hanging out back there because there's no way to see it from any of the room cameras at all. So a quick check, though. That's fine, isn't it? Hi, Bam. That's you, huh? You want to go in here and hang out with everybody? So they've been out playing. They had a big breakfast, and I guess they're just now starting to settle down. So this probably won't be a super long close-up as far as those things go. Although I'm pleased to say YouTube did grant us the additional quota that we need, so now we can go about an hour before we run out. Not that I plan on ever doing that. The whole point of that was to make sure we had a good margin of safety for our usual sort of half-hour close-ups. Of course, this one is we're 11 minutes in and probably not going to make a half an hour. But there are some other things to see around the house. Especially we need to see Ocean and Caliper and Trinket. And Caliper's getting picked up for his adoption tomorrow. And, I don't think I've said in a close-up yet, I don't think I've said Trinket is also getting adopted. I have to check. I think she's getting picked up on the 4th of November. And then I think Ocean is getting picked up on the 4th of December. So Ocean's going to be here for a whole month yet. But Caliper and Trinket will both be gone by the end of next week. As difficult as that is to deal with, then we'll have these kids. So we've got that going for us. I see now in the chat, Ellen Marquet is just now asking how's the adoption going for Trinket, which I know that the chat's on delay. So I anticipated that pretty well, didn't I? Look at that little tiny Mayhem just sleeping here on the beanbag chair. Aw. I feel like when they sleep on the beanbag chair, it's because they like me, because I am on the beanbag chair with them so often, so they sleep up here, and that's following in my footsteps at least, if not outright saying, where's Mr. A? I'll just wait for him here in his Mr. A spot. Tiny Mayhem. Oh, Tiny Mayhem. She's like, stop touching me, I'm sleeping. Well, let's do what I said. We can get this camera going, and you can see these kids very close up, closer than this even, on the regular stream. If it's not on the stream now, and if it's not pointing in the right direction, I'll fix that right after the close-up, so you can watch them snuggle and play and wrestle all day long. In fact, if you go to the regular Kitten Academy live stream, if you get a minute and you rewind it, you can probably watch quite a bit of them very close in there playing all night. You can sort of scrub back and forth in the timeline to find a spot that looks good and then watch for a few minutes. Or I don't know, watch the whole last 12 hours on double speed. You can get it done in 6. And then when they play, they really play. Let's see. I do see Ellen now, same Ellen Marquet asking, or Marquette, I don't know. Do you think Cahoots will get to be free range with Ocean? You know, I do. I'm having high hopes for her because since she's been in here, she's been a little wary of the door, but she hasn't actually tried to attack anybody at the door or gone over there and growled or anything. Not that I've seen anyway. So I do think that just like Ocean was the same way. If you remember, Ocean was very angry at the door for a while to protect her little babies. But when her little babies got to be about this age, she had a complete change of heart where she was just like, okay, now the babies are okay. Those people outside in the hallway are okay. And she's been able to go out and hang out with everybody quite a bit since then. I think that our little Cahoots here, this is Cahoots, by the way, their mom. I think she's on the same path where she'll probably be okay to go out and play with everybody soon. And I think she wants to. She's a very playful cat and wants to play very much. As you can see, this was sitting right here, but she wants to play a lot. And not getting all the stimulation that she needs from her kittens yet, but very soon she's going to have 5 little playmates, and then she won't even know what to do. It's going to be too much for her. Oh, speaking of, her health is improving. Her poops are a little soft, if you care, but she had that one day last week of just real bad diarrhea, and so since then we've been giving her dewormer and some antibiotics, and I think today is her last day of that treatment, which we haven't given her yet, and she hates. But she forgives me as much as she hates doing it. Right afterwards, she's always willing to snuggle with me, so that's good. She's like, please stop hitting me with the toy. I'm watching the neighborhood wake up. There's nothing going on out there right now. I think the kids must have gotten picked up by their school bus or whatever they were doing out there a minute ago. She's like, that perch is too much annoying me in that perch. I'm going to go sit on the floor. Okay, well. Anyway, I think you've seen the rest of the room. It's just the annex. It's got like I said, the glass door. I put this little wand toy on the door, and I saw one of them yesterday starting to play with it. It was very cute, but it was only for a second, so I didn't get a chance to get it on any cameras. Ooh, somebody's banging around out there. I just heard a big crash. I guess we better go see what it was. It's probably just somebody at one of the doors, though. So that gives you an idea how it's laid out, though. We got the litter box back there. The cage that nobody's really used. They've explored it a little bit. The electronics box is what is in that wicker basket. That's where our router and all the camera stuff is. You saw the bench. This is the tree that they are all living in right now. My beanbag chair, infinity scratcher, et cetera, et cetera. The door to the other room is locked until I get a chance to burn everything that's in there, or at least clean up the poops. Hi, Trinket. Hi, okay. I just had to leave my coffee in there because I didn't want to try to use the other hand to get it and give you a chance to run in. So like I said, little Trinket found her adopter, which is great, a local adopter, which is even better. And she's going to have a sister or brother. I guess I didn't realize whether it's a girl or boy, but there's another cat that she's going to be living with. It's a little bit older, I think about Eddie's age. But I'm told loves to zoom and play and will appreciate having a play companion, which Trinket here also loves to zoom and play and be snuggled. I don't know if you can hear her purring too. She's got kind of a quiet purr. Well, it's not always quiet, but it's quiet right now, but I can hear it. She is the best snuggler. She likes to just sleep right next to me all night long, snuggled up, and at any point you can just reach over and start petting her, and she turns her purr on for full volume. And she's going to make a liar out of me right now, I'm sure, because she's not in that mood. But as she's in bed snuggling, if you just want to like grab her belly and just squeeze on it and pet it and scritch it, she just loves the belly rubs, and she'll grab your arm and hug you. It's the sweetest thing. She's just wonderful. She reminds me of a lot of the other calicos that we've had. Yeah, well, you probably deserved that, Custard. That was actually a pretty good management of that situation where nobody got too offended. She showed Custard that he wasn't being good. He seems to be respecting it as much as he does, just sitting there like, yeah, it doesn't affect me. And then she backed off. So that was, as far as the cat negative interaction goes, that's about as good as they get. I'm sorry she hit you, bud. She's told you several times that she doesn't appreciate you being that close to her. Okay. They do play once in a while, though. Sometimes he's been able to get into a little bit of play with her. Of course, her main play companion is still Caliper, the little boy, who's probably downstairs right now. So let's go find them. Okay. Okay, Trinko. Well, you'll probably follow us down anyway. That's up to you. There's Eddie we were just talking about. Hi, Eddie. What are you doing just sitting here in the middle of the floor? Hi, bud. she did follow us down. She does follow me around most of the day. And when she can't find me, usually mid-afternoon, I'm like in my office with whoever's locked in there. Here's Caliper, by the way. Usually around mid-afternoon, I'm in my office with the door closed, and she's been out here wandering around, and I'll hear her walking up and down the hallway with one of her toys just meowing for someone to please come play with me. So it's very cute. Anyway, here's our boy, Caliper. Yes, he's still got a little bit of the Tommy syndrome where we're trying to teach him not to be so bitey on people's hands. But he just loves to play, and we'll find stuff to bite on. And he, like some other graduates from Kitten Academy, somehow very plumbing obsessed still, where every time a sink comes on, that seems to be his thing. He's got to come and see the sink, the bathroom sink, the kitchen sink. It doesn't matter. If there's water running, he's got to come and investigate it, which is odd, but fun. He really likes that. Maybe it's not running water, but I wonder if we got those fish out for him. Maybe he'd check those out now. I don't know. It's an eyeball on a stick. It's very Halloween-y. Boop. So that's Caliper. He's getting picked up by his adopter tomorrow afternoon, and we'll get a goodbye wave on tomorrow's mailbag, I'm sure. Oh, hello. All right. Well, he's looking for somebody to mess with, and he gets into full-on wrestling with Custard all the time, which is good for Custard to have somebody to play with for real. He'll find more, I'm sure. And then, of course, the other cat in the room is Ocean, who's Caliper's mom. She had 2 other kittens here, and of course now she's fixed, and she's finally found her adopter, who is a mystery adopter on our Discord. They prefer to sort of announce themselves when the time is right, but until then, we do know that she's getting picked up by them in early December, so she's going to be here for a little while. And that's about all I can say. Hey, sweetie. Oh, she's a sweetheart, too. She's also very snuggly. Now, I see Private Idaho saying that he and Spyglass started the plumbing obsession, but first off, I think of Spyglass's obsession as being more like the litter box. Spyglass was the one who always wanted to be in the litter box, especially when I'm scooping the litter, and get right under like where all the falling litter is and like take a litter shower every day, maybe a couple every day. It's a little gross if I'm honest. At least Ari, who also loves to roll around in the litter, only does it in the clean litter. But anyway, and when I was saying previous graduates, I was thinking more of like Argyle, who now is famously a plumber cat with his adopter. So, but you know, there's been a few. I mean, you could go all the way back to Baba if you wanted to, who, he actually ended up in the toilet once. Moving a little too fast and not paying attention to what he was doing, I guess. Well, I think that's about it, actually, you guys. Oh, hey, let me show you one other thing. I know some of you probably have noticed this, but I put up a new door. This door was never here before between the kitchen and this living room. And it's given us some really nice options for more spaces where the kittens can be separated, where now whichever group is in the main room can also come out in here when they're closed up and have a lot more room to play and a lot more things to play with, and access to the outdoor cat run, which is right back there, which probably is going to get closed up for the season before too long, but it's there. So I'm really proud of myself for that. It's not done. Of course, you can see the door's a completely different color than the wall because it's unpainted. It's just primed. It's not painted yet, so I have to paint it. But other than that, it's the first time I've hung a door where there was no door at all, and it came out all right, I guess. Not perfect. It's not the best work, but it'll do. So I'm real happy about that. And I know most people have noticed it, but there have been a lot of questions about, hey, how did I miss that door? Was it always there? The answer is no, it wasn't always there. I just put it up, and I love it. I regret not having done it a long time ago. It's really a game changer. In fact, there's a big part of me that really wants to just declare the living room the new downstairs main kitten room. I don't think I'm going to do that though. It's too valuable for getting to that cat run and stuff. So I guess this will continue to be the main room, but I think more often than not, whoever's trapped in here will have free access to the big room and the cat run. And I think I may have mentioned that one of the next projects that we're going to do is, you remember the cat wall that we've got? Look at her being a kitten. It's Ocean. The cat wall that we've got upstairs, I was planning on sort of building a new one down here in the living room, right where that cat wheel's been for a while. So she loves to play with the little Charlie balls and the tiny. You can see that's what she's got right now, I think. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. The little tiny Charlie balls, those little tiny like fuzzy, sparkly. There you go. Well, now you can see it because she just ran away from the camera and left it there. That's the kind of toy I see her playing with all the time and flipping out over. Where'd she go? Oh, she's in the tunnel now. And this one loves the springs, the plastic springs, and sometimes in the morning she'll have brought all of her springs to me on the bed, and the bed will be covered in little plastic springs because I've been sleeping and she's been trying to play. Oh, yeah, I didn't see the question, but I do see Private Idaho saying, yeah, Maggie and Trinket aren't getting along, and they can probably be convinced to get along, but I haven't bothered. So when Trinket is out, Maggie and Logan are locked up usually, and so they're upstairs in the master bedroom suite right now. They had breakfast, and they're probably watching Columbo on TV or something. Custard, why don't you play with these kids? Come on, buddy, I can see you want to play. Here's Custard's favorite toy in the whole world still. But now he's introduced these kids to it, and so he kind of has to, he can't always play with it because these kids will come and steal it right from him. They like it as much as he does. It's a giant hair tie. It's actually two hair ties stuck together, but that's fine. You like that, buddy? Come on, let's get it, Custard. Oh, see what I mean? Where did you come from? Is Custard still dieting? Well, I mean, I am kind of trying to limit his food, but not as much as I ought to because he's been hanging out with these guys a lot. So, no, I need to get him back into real serious about it. And what's worse is we started buying dry food for the kids to try to feed them a little bit of dry food here and there. And we've been buying them the weight control, dry food. Of course, in any weight control food, you can still put on the pounds if you eat enough of it. Isn't that right? Speaking of chubby little kittens. She's purring too. Hey, not so bitey. There you go. So we started buying the dry food, and since we've been getting the dry food, some members of the faculty love it so much. I'm thinking specifically of Maggie, loves the dry food so much, she won't even eat the wet food anymore. When the wet food's down, she'll just kind of look at it, and then she comes and bothers me for more food. She's like, there's no food here. That's not food. I know what food is now. And she eats so much of the dry food. If I put down dry food, Maggie will eat everybody else's dry food. She'll eat it all. She's been putting on some weight too. So it's kind of ironic that one of the things that we started doing to have another option for weight loss is causing some weight gain. And Maggie probably should go on a diet too. In fact, it's really only Ari that has got a perfect weight around here. It's partially because when it comes to kittens, our policy is the kittens should be able to eat as much as they want because they're growing. But then it's hard to keep that separate from the faculty who are also growing, but not in the way we want. Isn't that right, Eddie? Eddie's in good shape. He's all right. Ari's actually svelte, though. He's got to maintain that bod, And then Maggie and Custard are both definitely overweight. Hey, stop digging there. There's probably a mouse under there somewhere. You can't get in that way, though. Somebody did. The other day I came in here, and there's a little plastic barrier that's snapped under there. And somebody had pulled the entire barrier out. But yeah, it happens. I think it must have been him, I guess. And look at him working on that. He really thinks he can get that off again. My goodness. Speaking of being plumbing obsessed, it's a dishwasher, but I guess it'll do. Hey, Custard, what's this? Oh, okay. Well, somebody else took it. Sorry. Oshi, where did you come from? This is what I'm talking about. Custard's favorite toy, and he can't ever get a chance to play with it because now everybody else is also obsessed. Well, here I am. I said we wouldn't do 30 minutes. I also said I was going to take the day off, so I've been proven a liar on one count already. Probably I'll get proven a liar on the other count, too, by the end of the day. We'll see. Hi, yes, I know. You still... This guy also, speaking of things they still do, he still wants to just trip me all day long as I'm walking around. That's his game. One of his games, I guess. Come on now. I don't know if your doctor's going to appreciate that. You'll have to keep your claws trimmed. Okay. Hi, Ari. We were just talking about how good looking you are. Yes, you are, even when you roll in the litter. Well, thanks again for joining me, everybody. And once again, if you want to keep watching the kittens, you can do that all day long. There we go on the Kitten Academy live stream. It looks kind of like that, more or less. And you can see we do have the box camera here. I'll adjust the angle of it a little bit, but looks like we're going to be seeing the back of a kitten's head for a while there, probably. You can always rewind or fast forward to find something you want to see. There's always 12 hours worth of Kitten Academy live stream at any given moment, so that's the way YouTube works. Hi, yes, okay. You just jumped on my leg again. There we go. There's somebody you can play with. That's what I was talking about. Go get him again. Come on, he needs that. It's good for him to get some exercise. It's good for you to have somebody you can really fight. Eddie's not that somebody. Oh. Eddie just hissed at him, but they have been buddies a little bit. Like Eddie now will let the other cats, he lets Trinket and he lets Caliper and even Ocean sometimes come and sit next to him in bed. And he still doesn't like it. And you can see he's very nervous when it happens. He puts his ears back and he gets like, I don't know if this is cool or not, but he lets him do it, which is a big improvement all by itself. All right, well, one more time. Thanks again, everybody. And you know where to go if you want to keep watching kittens or me running around the house trying to take a break by cleaning everything or whatever I end up doing. That's it. I said that's it, Trinko.